Hello everybody, welcome, and we're doing learning on if statements. So an if statement is basically telling the game what to do if this happens. So we would do, let's make a variable first. So if this teal part, so if something happens to this teal part, it will change. This will run. So what should happen to it? So what if this teal part, so no, let's put this number equaled 2, and this number equaled 4. So if number, so if these right here, so what if 2 plus 2 equaled 4? Then what would happen? It would print if it's correct or not, if it equals 4. This makes it simpler. This equals 4. And if you run it, let me just, alright. So if I run it down in the input, you'll see this equals 4. Right here. Since it equals 4. Here, let me turn the sound off. There we go. So we can do something like if 16 plus 16 equal 32. Does 16 plus 16 equal 32? If it does, then it would print this equals, yeah, I gotta change that. Well, technically you get where I'm getting at. But if it's not, and let's say it's, I don't know, just a number that doesn't equal 16 plus 16, it will skip it and not run the command. You can see there's nothing down here in the output. Basically, if it equals the correct number, it will run the command. So this is the second part of it. Else. Else is telling it that if it's not correct, it'll print this. So print this is not correct. Let's put this is correct. So if we did 2 plus 2 again equals 4, it would print this is correct down here. But if it doesn't equal 2 plus 2 equals 4, it's incorrect. It would run the second statement of the if statement. So if it equaled 5, this is not correct. It would come up, yeah, this is not correct. Because, 2 plus 2 don't equal 4. That's how math works. Let's get into something different now. So what if you wanted to check the time as well? So time, leading time of day. And if it equaled, like, I don't know, 12 o'clock. Oopsie. If it equaled, 12 o'clock, then it would print it's 12 o'clock. Heck. But if it didn't print, if it's not 12 o'clock, it's not 12 o'clock. And this would check if it's 12 o'clock or not. If it's not, it will run the second command instead of the first command. Yeah, it is not 12 o'clock. So, if it was the correct time of day, here, let's see it later. Let's do a thing where it checks it. It makes life easier. Let's do a basic while true do. But I want it to check every 2 seconds. Let's do that. Every 2 seconds, it would check if it's 12 o'clock or if it's not 12 o'clock. So let's do, yeah, so if it checked it was 15, then that would be different. So if you run it, obviously, it's not 12 o'clock. But if we go down to lighting, which is right here, click it, go down to time of day, and we changed it 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. It checks every 2 seconds if it's 12 o'clock or not. It can't be 1 second under or 1 second over. It has to be directly 12 o'clock. So if it's 11:59, it is not 12 o'clock. But if it is 12 o'clock, the statement will run. It is 12 o'clock. One last thing we need to do is go over one thing that no one wants to go over, but that's what we all have to do. If this teal part had, I don't know, if it was anchored, and it would, if it was, I don't know, not anchored, then it would print anchored. You see where I'm getting at though? If it is, if this is anchored. If statements, first part is running the command if it's correct, else is running if it's not correct, and we'll go to the second statement. This is anchored, but for a while true do statement on it, to check it each time, let's check every second. How about that? Oh, this is so slow. Print, it was anchored because, it doesn't equal false. So yeah, it is anchored. But if you select it, and we unanchor it, it's not anchored. So basically, if I put like click detector in, and if the cursor was over an object, then I would do like something like enum dot keycode dot like e, something like that. And if the cursor was over it, this command would activate, and you can press E over it, and whatever function, you do another if statement in it. So you do like another if statement in it. You can run another if statement, and you keep building onto that if statement. I don't know, just keep putting if statements. Who cares? Many if statements can go in many if statements. But an if statement can also run an if statement. That's all I have for you today. And I guess I'll see you on the other side. Come on, get rid of this. There we go. There it is, and goodbye.